Hello, friends of Sudoku. The New York Times Art Sudoku edition, 16th of February 2023, is before us. Yesterday, they made it a tiny bit easy for us. It was not as hard as the latest puzzles were. Let's see what this one is all about. There's a lot of sixes here. So one of these must be a 6, I can see that. And one of these must be a 6. We got a couple of 6s blocking down here and the 6 blocking across here. So this is a 6, and therefore this is a 6. Can we do more with 6s? 6, 6. One of these is a 6, and as I said, one of these must be a 6. So I don't think we can do more right now. But it is a start. There's a 4 bearing down here and the 4 coming across, so this is a 4. A 2, 3, 5, and an 8 to be filled in across row 3. There's a 2, 8, and a 5 blocking this square, so it's got to be a 3. We got a 3 coming over here and a 3 coming down here, so one of these is a 3. Can we get any closer to that? These two are blocked by 3s. This is also blocked by a 3, so a 3 will have to go here. So now we got a 3 blocking down here and here and here, making this a 3. One of these must be a 3 now. We were talking about the 5, 8, and a 2 for this row here, but I can't place them. All I can see is a 5 blocking here, so that's not going to be helpful at this time. But the 9 blocks here, doesn't it? So one of these 3 squares must be a 9, and therefore this cannot be a 9. This cannot be a 9 because of the 9 here, and the 9 up here blocks down here. So this is a 9. And I seem to remember I said something about these 2 squares, didn't I? No, I said a 6 had to go here or here. So now a 9 has to go here or here. Not quite the same. Across the bottom row, we need to find a 2, 7, and an 8. And that is not possible yet. But these two must be 8s and 5s because we got an 8 and a 5 here and a 5 and an 8 here. So these are 8 and 5. Making one of these a 1. Anything else? No, not really. So we'll have to look elsewhere for the next digit. 2, 4, 8, and a 9 for this center row. 2, 4, 8, and a 9. 4, 9 here. This is a 2, 8. I don't seem to catch on to this very easily today. Hang on. We got a 4 and a 9 here. Here, 4, 9, 4, 9, 4, 9. Making these 3 squares a 2, 3, and an 8. And that's also not immediately helpful. Let's see if these are a 2, 3, and an 8, then these must be a 1, 5, and a 7. And we've got a 1 blocking up here, so this is a 1. And that makes this a 1 as well. This is now a 5 and a 7. And if a 5 and a 7 blocks down here, and a 5 blocks over here, and we got a 5 blocking up here, then this is a 5. So 5, 7 here. These 3 remaining squares in the column, a 2, 6, and an 8. And that just gives me a 2 or an 8 here, which I already had, I believe. So let's look at column 6, a 2, 7, and an 8 again. Well, there's a 7 here, so yes, a 7, of course, must go in one of these squares. Oh, hang on. If a 7 can't go here, because of the 7 up here. And the 7 can't go here, then of course this must be a 7, mustn't it? Now this is a 2, 8, and this is a 2, 8. But we need a 1 and a 3 still for this row here, and we got a 1 and a 3 blocking here. So these have to be 1s and 3s, and there's a very convenient 1 blocking down here, making this a 3 and this a 1. These two 1s are blocking like so. This 1 blocks over here. This is therefore a 1. What was the other one? The 3 we found? We can't do anything with that yet, I think. There's only 1, 2. Hang on. This must be a 2 because the 2 blocks down here, and therefore one of these is a 2 blocking over here, and this makes that square here a 2. These now have to be an 8 and a 5. And we have an 8 blocking here, so this is an 8. These two now have to be a 2 and a 7. We had a 2 coming across here, right? So this must be the 7 and this must be the 2. And that makes this a 7, doesn't it? We have a 7 blocking up here and a 7 blocking over here. One of these two squares must be a 7. Therefore, one of these two squares must be a 7. But rather than looking at all that, it would be much easier to just fill in the blank here. It's like a multiple choice test with only one choice. And we will make this an 8. Therefore, one of these must be an 8. Now we are looking at a 4, 9, and a 2 for these squares. There's a 2 and a 9 in this row, so this must in this column rather, so this must be a 4. This is now a 2, 9. These are still an 8 and a 5. And therefore this is also an 8 and a 5. Let me look at the center vertical shoot again. We need to find a, well, 4 and an 8 must go over here somewhere, and the 5 must go over here somewhere. Let's look at these 4 squares. There need to be a 2, 4, 6, and a 9. It's 4, 9 here, so this is a 2, 6. And these therefore must be a 4 and a 9. Doesn't really give me much, does it? One of these must be a 7. We are looking for a 4, 7, 9 for these 3 squares here. We know that one of these must be a 7, so this must be a 4 or a 9. Can we say anything else? Not really. 4 coming up here. We have a 4 blocking here, so this must be a 4. This must be a 4. This must be a 4. That's too much. These have to be a 2 and a 6. And these, therefore, 4 and a 9. We said that already. There's still the 3, 4 here, the 3, 4 here, and the 3, 4 here. So all of these squares here are blocked from being a 3, 4. Therefore, these two must be a 3 and a 4. But doesn't that mean that one of these must be a 9? If these are 3s and 4s and a 9 blocks here, we got a 9 blocking here, then one of these must be a 9. We also know that one of these must be a 9. So where now can we place a 9 in this row? It can only go here. And now remember that these are 5, 8, and the 9 blocking up here, this is now a 9. And we got 3, 4 here. We got the 9 blocking up here. We got the 9 blocking over here. One of these is a 9, so this must be a 9. These now have to be a 4 and a 7, making this a 2. And this must be a 9 because the 9 blocks down. And that makes this a 4. Yes. These have to be, apart from the 7, the other one must be a 2, making these a 4 and a 6. We also have a 4 here or here, and we have a 6 here or here. That got us a little bit further towards the goal. Well, there's a single here, we might as well fill it in. It is what is called, I guess, a naked single. It must be a 2. So the 2 blocks up here, the 2 blocks up here, the 2 blocks over here, we know that these are 3s and 4s, therefore this must be a 2. And this is now a 5-8, and this is a 5-8, and we have a 5 already in the column, so this must be the 5 and this must be the 8, like so. And now this must be the 8 again, because these are 3 and 4s, so this is an 8, making this an 8 and this a 5. I think we are cooking now. 3, 4, 9, one of these. The other one must be a 5. We got a 5 in the row, making this a 9 and this a 5, like so. 9 here, 9 here, 9 here, 9 here, and 4 here. 4 here, 6 and 6 and 2. I think this is going to turn out right. This must be not a 3, 4, therefore a 5, making this a 5. This has got to be a 2. We now need to find a 7, which must go here, and a 3 goes here, making this a 3 and this a 4. 4, as we already discussed, this is a 4, and the other one had to be a 7, as we remember. These were a 7 and a what? And a 2. We got a 2 in the row now. So this is a 7, this is a 2, and this is therefore a 7, and this has got to be an 8. And we have finished this puzzle. I think this is more of the difficulty level of yesterday's New York Times hard puzzle, but it's fun to solve these anyway, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.